Alright, how you doing? Come in, come in. Welcome to the stream, huh? Alright, fuck off now.
Dude, are we going to need a couple of priests? Like, am I going to have to do an exorcism?
Yeah, I have no idea what the hell that was.
It was sort of, on the one hand, there was a little bit of Mancunian in it. On the other hand, there was also some Arabic. No idea what the hell.
Yeah, my Scouse impersonation's starting to slip since last time. I think we gotta put the kibosh on this.
A little bit, yeah.
Welcome back to the Conker's Bad Fur Day stream. This kind of bullshit. This kind of bullshit is exactly what you come to expect from a game as raunchy as this.
The top quality content you demand.
Yep. The heavier Boston accent. Yeah.
Big slab of barbecue.
Mm-hmm.
Except that I can't quite do a Bostonian accent. It kind of slides into Australian.
Yeah. I just need to stop doing accents in general. I think between all the people in the world who I've like listened to talk and like had conversations with, that was awesome. Well, case in point, I've certainly talked with Australians, and it's just like everything just bleeds together. At some point, I am no longer sure what counts as a true like an accurate accent anymore, or dialect, or anything. I just take everything from everyone, and it just, like, turns into a melting pot of whatever the fuck.
Personal experience, everything tends towards either Australian or Jamaican at some point.
Yeah. I think
it never fails.
I think the only fake accents that we can do without fail, though, are Russian.
No.
Mm-hmm. Alright.
And to a lesser extent, South African.
Yeah. So anyway,
it's a bit more tricky.
To recap where we left off, well, there was a lot that happened, but the most recent thing that happened was that we were able to get a bull shark temporarily out of the way so that we could get this safe open to retrieve the money that is the possession of a group of aristocratic catfish. Unfortunately, the money saw us and was like, fuck you, you don't owe me, and proceeded to dive into the water underneath this, and we have to open the way to chase after it. And it starts by having to spell stop.
I would have said open.
Or no, I think you're actually right. Shit, I completely forgot. Because it's like, yeah, because there are exactly enough letters to spell stop. That's how they fucking get you. Just, oh.
Yeah. Kind of cruel for them to have enough for both.
Yeah, I just trying to get readjusted to, like, where the pellets from the slingshot actually go, because it's not dead center. It's, like, halfway between the center and top edge of the screen. This is definitely one of those things where you look at it and it's like, yeah, no wonder they changed a lot of how the aiming controls worked in Live and Reloaded. It just made it more like a third-person shooter.
Yeah, I mean, I'm like, this obviously brings to mind the slingshot controls from the Zelda games.
Oh yeah, a little, but even then, those were still like where you were aiming was still very much in the center.
And I mean, you could always use the little pouch for the ammo pouch, or whatever you want to call it, almost as sort of like a semi reticle.
Kinda, yeah.
That's how I usually used it, at least. Just aim slightly below where that was.
Yeah, it's like if you just, like, let the band recenter itself, like, wherever the center of the band is, you can assume that's, like, where it's gonna aim and connect. Yeah, obviously this is not anywhere as good as the Ocarina or Majora's Mask slingshots.
Yeah.
There it is. Now it's open.
Hey!
Anyway, time for some deep sea diving. Or deep sewer diving, rather. Insert Civi 11 sewer count.
Ding!
Yeah. Glad someone else knows.
Oh, I've been watching this stuff.
Nice. Yeah. Good timing, too,
Genuinely.
because of his latest video is just him taking a break from all the boom shoots and doing Jill of the Jungle.
Yeah, literally just watched that before we started doing this.
Yeah. It's, yeah, that was definitely a different time for Tim Sweeney. Some might argue maybe not too much different from how he still thinks. I don't know.
I mean, I know that like a lot. I know that a lot of the 80s and 90s companies that are still around, especially the ones that did first person that went on to big success with first person shooters,
Yeah.
inevitably did really weird platformers.
Yeah. Yeah. Epic Mega Games
Jill of the
did it.
Jungle is something special.
Yeah, it's like they saw Commander Keen, they saw like every other platformer that Apogee did, Duke Nukem included, and that was somehow their answer.
Yeah, just like, okay, what if Commander Keen, but with leopard print bikinis?
Yeah. And a name that
And
clearly
yet-
is supposed to make you think, oh, George of the Jungle, but a lady.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's weird because we still remember Duke Nukem, we still remember Commander Keen, Jill who?
Yeah, but only barely. Alright. This part's a bit tedious, but fortunately, after having played through this a good couple times, it's like, the fortunate thing is that you just have to, like, find the tunnel that has, like, a different colored light, and, like, the sequence basically leads you to the correct spot. Because otherwise, this is kind of a nightmare to dive through. Yeah. Oh shit. Can I... Oh, I slipped through. I was not expecting that.
Speed run, pro strats right there.
Yep. They also make it, like, by the time you get to a spot where you can come up for air, it is literally, like, on the last second or two before you start taking damage because you run out of breath.
Mm. Also, when you surface, how there's like little streaks of water running down the screen.
Yeah.
I don't know if this was the first game to do that, but it was one of the biggest ones at the time. And I remember everyone lost their shit when they saw that.
Oh, yeah.
All the gaming magazines and
There's
that.
all kinds of crazy similar effects they do with this. They definitely do it a lot with blood.
Yeah.
And gunshots.
Yeah, as I said, I don't think this was the first game to do that kind of thing. But it was the first one that people actually sat up and noticed. And you look at it now and it's like, oh, that's so quaint.
Yeah. All because it's like, yeah, freaking Chris Seaver and everyone working on this game was like, nah, we need to outdo everyone. And by everyone, we mean only the people working at our company because fuck them for beating us to the punch.
We mean us. We are our own worst enemy.
Okay, now I seem to be lost, even after just talking about, like, the way it tries to guide you. Unless I just completely missed something important, because, like, going through, like, the pipes that has, like, the blue rim on the outline, like, that should be it. Unless I... Yeah, because both of these connect to the same room.
Yeah, I was going to say, if that's how you find it, starting you off in a room with two of them is just a little bit cruel.
Oh, wait, no, I just remembered what it is. Right, it was this fucking lever. Okay. That's right. That opens another shaft that goes back up. Early stream rust, everyone. This seems to be a very recurring habit of mine. I'm always just trying to get my bearings again, going like, right, what the fuck am I supposed to do? And it only gets mostly better as it goes on.
We can certainly not promise it won't never get worse.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, even then, by the end of the last Conker stream, we still had some pretty major screw-ups.
Yeah.
Just completely axing my original plans for, like, doing what I consider the 100% run of this game. Because we're not going back for that 1 watt of cash. I think, yeah, you know why.
Yeah, I mean, in fairness, the N64, pretty much 90% of the games, the controls were always just a little bit on the wrong side of janky.
A little. And that comes with the territory, obviously, in regards to just early 3D in general.
Yeah.
Like, you could maybe say was especially smooth in the context of, like, some PC games or even arcade, but then again, they also had the benefit of, like, better technology on their side.
Yeah, I think, especially during this generation, the only places that you could get good, reliable 3D consistently would be the PC.
Yeah. Like, good...
Especially when like actual 3D space, such as swimming sections, is involved. Because there's a reason why swimming and sewer levels have such a bad reputation.
Yeah.
It's shit like this.
And even in first-person games on the PC, like, just swimming through them is less of a hassle because it is just you aim with the mouse and then just hold W.
Or jump. Base.
Yeah, that too.
Whatever key you've got that bound to.
Okay. Now we're out of that hellscape, and we're thankfully going to be going into, I'd say... I mean, it sounds like I'd be overselling it by saying this is one of the more outrageous segments, because there's a lot of outrageous shit in this game, but this is one of those that's, like, near the top.
Yeah, it's a bit pointless lighting your own farts when you're already on fire.
They think it'll just
Or is that
give
just
them...
me?
They probably think it'll just make it even like, more flammable. I don't know.
Hey, don't look now! Don't look now! Look at him! Furry guy! Looks kind of flammable! Flammable! Oh, I like flammable. What do we do?
Pyromania, everyone.
Yeah, right! Quick, put the top down! Yeah, oh, what am I gonna do with it? Just shove it up your ass! Oh. Ooh, there we go.
Yeah. Yeah, like these little fire gremlins are even more what the fuck than the green gremlins in Metal Armor that we've, like, occasionally run into.
Yeah, these guys are absolute sweethearts.
Mm-hmm. They can't wait to set us on fire.
Or possibly do things to our butts.
Yeah, considering the... Yeah, there's a certain fixation on that. That's true.
A lot of butt stuff going on. Oh, yes, I know this bit.
Time for water sports. Few third-person games that does swimming right is Guild Wars 2, because it's like you're a rocket. Okay, that makes some sense. But yeah, I said water sports, because Time to Piss on Dudes 2 years before Postal 2 made it a dedicated feature.
Yeah, see, when we were doing the opening bit with Conker staggering back home from the pub,
Yeah.
I thought that you could actually pee in that bit and was kind of wondering why you weren't doing it.
Well,
Didn't want to
you'll
say
see
anything,
why,
obviously.
because this state of being happy drunk goes away after a while. Oh my god. Oh. Camera kind of screwed up, but I think we almost got a look at his non-existent wiener. Which I'm pretty sure it's like they had to not model or animate that part, because even though it's a cartoon squirrel, it probably would have resulted in an AO rating if they did that.
Oh, no question.
Postal 2 lets you light people on fire with urine, though. That's true. You also make them throw up.
Oh, yeah.
And all kinds of other buggy, nonsensical things. Because
Yeah,
Postal
there's
2 is a
lot.
buggy, nonsensical game.
Apparently, the new Postal game, Brain Damage, is really good fun, though.
Yeah, I've not even
It's,
looked at it. Yeah, just the most I've seen of anything recent from Postal is, like, the fourth one. Just because no regrets is, like, just the biggest sign of them being, like... It's the sort of thing where I think, like, more as time passes, the more I feel, like, less off-put about the idea of a game as ridiculous as Postal. Because just the way it started versus where it is now could not make it any more clear that running with scissors is in on the joke.
Yeah. I mean, the original Postal was one of the first games I ever got for the PC. And somehow I got a copy of the American version, because the UK one was pretty heavily censored back in the day.
Yeah.
But the thing was, I didn't find out until years later when I downloaded a copy when I got online, is that my copy for some reason didn't play any of the voice clips other than the people screaming.
Oh.
So it resulted in it being a much darker and more, frankly, horrifying game without someone making, quippy noises all over it.
And Postal 1's already pretty dark because it's not trying to, like, have, like, the weird, crass, low-effort satire of the sequel.
Yeah. So just imagine, I know, well, I'd say, like, if you've got, I don't know, Mario at 1 and Hatred at 10, the original Postal was about a 6.
Yeah.
And without the voice clips, it turns it to a 9.
Yeah, pretty much. And, yeah, just the idea of not getting any Rick Hunter and that whatsoever.
Yeah. Well, the new one is more of a... It's like a boomer shooter, except it's in full 3D with actual decent graphics, as opposed to, like, 3 polygons per character.
Yeah.
And they've got the guy from Postal 3 back.
I see what you mean.
Yeah.
Balls of the brasser, polished to the nth degree.
Oh, yeah. This boss.
Big bullet spoiler. That's all I need.
They came up
Are they
with it
brass?
entirely to justify that alliteration. And now we dump what I assume is raw sewage on it, so that it feels disgusted and dizzy. And then smack its balls with cinder blocks.
Right, the clangers.
Yep. Now, if you remember as far back as the Shadows of the Damned LP, when we fought, I think when we referred to them as, like, the Cybergoth El Gigantes. And when you kill them with darkness, that, like, there's, like, the enemies that crawl out. I'm pretty sure I, like, made this comparison as far as trying to describe what the hell that was like.
Right.
Because we're dealing with, like, a giant monster that is technically piloted by 2 tinier monsters.
Yeah, that's right.
It's so stupid. Like, yeah, Great Mighty Poo, as we'll eventually see, that's clearly, like, the most memorable, but this is certainly up there because of just, it's a different kind of absurdity that is so much more in your face about it because it entirely has to do with just, like, testicular violence.
Yeah. Ladies, gentlemen, neither, it's okay to feel uncomfortable.
Yeah. They definitely... Yeah, it would have... Yeah, they knew that it was more fun to just, like, smack 2 cinder blocks together than the frying pan, but still get away with pretty much the same sound. Like, they... all their weapon decision ideas were entirely based on wanting to maximize that cartoon metal clang sound. Like, they knew that's what was funny.
He has a boiler, so you could quite easily claim that they're brass.
Here it is. And he still uses the frying pan. I wish that they had found ways to, like, get a couple more implements in there. Like a sledgehammer, maybe, or something. I don't know.
A wrench.
Yeah.
Bringing out a radiator for literally no reason.
Mm-hmm.
Rubber chicken,
Oh.
It still makes a clang noise.
Oh, I don't think we want to go that way. It's the back passage.
Yeah.
Funnily enough, as we were talking about Allo last week,
Oh, yeah.
I will be taking the back passage.
Yep. She is pissed out. I bring a good message from British intelligence headquarters. So we can't do anything to those last 2 imps because unfortunately the alcohol tab is also out of commission. But that's fine because we gotta use these brass balls for an extra puzzle. Again, we spent last stream rolling up giant balls of poo. They gotta keep this mechanic and animation for something. And what better way than to have something at the expense of these weirdo gremlins.
I was going to say a sentence that has only been used 7 times in human history.
Yep. Make that 8 now. And then the money somehow came back to exactly the same spot that it was.
So, you want some great stuff?
Way to make us go on a wild goose chase, you prick.
Yeah. Cash prizes.
Yep, all
Not
cash
really more of a
prizes.
wild-
And we get 10% out of it because that's the deal we made with the catfish.
At this point, it was really more of a wild goose chase.
Oh, good lady.
True.
Wow, yes.
And later on, it'll be a wild poos chase.
Give us back our money, honey.
Hello, Mrs.
Get
Bouquet.
your dollar. What? $1?
Hold on.
Yes, yes. No, 10%, as we agreed.
The money in Conker is rude. It actively makes fun of you for not picking it up.
$10. $10. But you said it was a fortune.
It is a fortune.
I don't know what fortune you could consider that, like, to be, unless you found some secret to not pay for shit. Oh wait, rich people
Yes.
already try and avoid doing that.
Yes, it's called theft.
Exactly. So now we're just gonna go, fuck you, assholes. I'm taking the money. You can't do anything to me. You're fish. I walk on land. Suck it.
Never mind the money for now.
Oh, come get it.
Time we were off. Tally ho.
I should also mention, if you paused the game to look at your money total before coming out, it would have told you immediately that it was only $10. You would have immediately caught on to the fact that something was wrong with the idea of these fucking catfish telling you that they'll give you 10%.
Surprising consistency.
Yeah, it's pretty good. And the fact that we got $10 out of this is made up for what is going to happen at the end of this. Because, again, this game is... They know that the reward for a lot of these, like, dumb tasks that you go through are meant to be, like, a joke. A comedic, like, scene or scenario. But in almost all of them, there is usually money at the end of it as well. So...
Also, seeing the fish's corpses gently floating to the bottom is kind of dark.
It is. Just, yeah, you can tell they obviously just kept going with the whole Jaws parody with this.
Yep.
And I think maybe a bit of late 90s Godzilla. I can't recall.
Yeah, I think it was... Yeah, I think Godzilla had this bit in it.
Yeah. This animation with Conker flailing arms, mouth agape. It's... The only thing that's missing is just Chris Seaver just screaming at the top of his lungs in Conker's voice. I think that's the only thing missing from just the whole bit. Because otherwise, like, everything else about going up the pier is pretty great.
Hey,
Oh, what's that I hear?
hey.
Not just
Monies.
money, 3 money.
Some money.
I wish I had 1 kid and 3 money.
Totally makes up for the $10.
Cool.
Yep, Sonic Adventure infamously had, I think it was a whale you were getting chased by, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was an orca. Yeah,
Yeah.
back in 99. Or 98, if you only played it when it came out in Japan first, because the Dreamcast had a whole year lead.
Yeah.
So there we go. We broke past 1,000, but we still have that $10, which I think they only left it as that instead of having... I want to say a reason for why those 3 watts only give you 300 and not 290 is because Chris probably thought it would be funny to just make it so that your remaining total as you continue through this game is always going to end in a 10.
Yeah, just you get right to the end, you hit pause, and it's like, still $10 fucking.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. So that's all for Bats Tower. We really didn't have that much left to do after we went through the whole cog part. The uncomfortable cog part. Oh, I hear more money. In fact, I'm actually going to go over there and get it right now because I know how you can do so. It requires going back to where the wasps are, but fortunately there's nothing dangerous there. I mean, look, the hive is still intact. Pick up a tail as well.
So nice touch with the bees buzzing being mixed into the music.
Yep. Again, Robin Beanland just absolutely proud of every single bit of, like, dynamic music that he programmed into this. Props to him. And, like, still sounding very rare-like, even though it is not Grant Kirkhope or Dave Wise. But also, when you consider that this was the dude that made the music for the first 2 Killer Instinct games, I mean, you would hope that he has range.
Yeah, I was gonna say a bit of a change of pace from Killer Instinct to this.
Yeah, because a whole lot of Killer Instinct members, developers, went on to 12 Tales, as it was at the time. And then, obviously, BFD happened and became more violent, and you're like, oh, that actually makes a lot of sense now. They made a game that was all about ultra combos. Now, we gotta go back here because, we opened up this spot in Pooh Mountain before heading to the Bats Tower, just because I felt it was prudent to get a lot of our tasks out of the way, on this little mountain. We all recognize this.
Hey, pal, where you going?
Alright, take my bicycle out of here. It's not really bad in there. You just don't want to go in there.
Calm down. Now, just calm down.
Calm down, calm down.
Right. Okay. It all started about 2 days ago. Yeah, the wife's got a job.
This is probably just like the one scene with the longest amount of talking with this dialect.
We couldn't find it.
Like more than the Beetle in the Pooh cabin or the ones outside of the area where you first learn how to use the slingshot.
Minded his own business. So I stood down and said, "Hey, Bazza, how you doing there, hey, mate?" And he waved over. And that was it. This thing came out of the shit.
I love the little wave for the big Pooh hand as well.
So I actually hates first. When I came out, I thought it was all clear. The lads are gone. The bastards didn't help me in. I'm out of here. You can do what you like. There's some money up there if you can be asked to get it. See yous.
I mean, money's good. You might as well stick around in the shit for a while longer. Okay.
Corn. How you doing, guys?
Bring me some sweet corn.
Who could that be?
Can't see anyone.
That angelic voice.
Okay.
It is a mystery.
That's what he wants.
Probably nothing to do with this hand.
Although with the shape of the sweet corn, it almost looks more like bits of pineapple.
Yeah. I mean, I would not be surprised if it was largely a modified, retextured version of the cheese from Barn Boys. Hey, you like Jaws? You want more of that? Okay, time to feed more. Oh, man.
I remember for years there was a topic on GameFAQs of people, like on the Conker's Bad Fur Day board, people trying to work out what all the movie references in the game were.
Yeah.
It went on for about 10 years or more. And people were still like, no, this bit's from this.
Yeah.
It got pretty silly.
Like, I'm pretty sure that, like, the oldest reference you can confirm to be in there is the original Terminator. And the latest reference that you can surmise is, I think... Wait, I forget. Was Gladiator 2000 or 99?
2000.
Okay, then that's the latest. Because everyone remembers
Also,
the Matrix parody. But I'm pretty sure there's a bit of Gladiator in some spots. I don't know.
Older than Terminator, Clockwork Orange.
Oh yeah, that's right. That was the oldest, right. I almost forgot just because that bit is literally at the beginning of the game.
It's literally the first thing you see.
Yeah. Fair enough. Yeah, so it's Clockwork Orange, then it goes straight to the 80s, and that's pretty much it. Anyway, here's the last bit of sweet corn. Time to give the star of today's stream their grand entrance.
Uh-oh.
It's him.
He is risen.
Chris Marlowe has arisen from the shit. A programmer at Rare who worked on this game and actually had amateur opera experience. Hence why he was casted for this.
Impressive.
Yeah.
I am the Great Mighty Poo, and I'm going to throw my shit at you. A huge supply of tish comes from my chocolate starfish. How about some scat, you little twat?
And that song is ruined in Live and Reloaded because they censor out every major curse word, so it kind of kills the flow.
Yep. I remember people saying, like, this song contains stuff that's otherwise censored in other parts of the game. It's like,
Yeah.
well, yeah, because it's funny.
Yeah, and it's a bunch of, like, euphemisms and turn of phrase that literally refers to feces.
Yeah. Granted, there are plenty of times where the censorship can make something funnier.
Yeah, this game does it occasionally. It knows how to, like, do it, like, with restraint.
Yeah.
Yeah. The sing-along subtitles are so good. I mean, considering how almost every other cutscene has like those dialogue bubbles, makes sense that they would have this be different just for him.
How do you think I keep this lovely grin? Have some more caviar.
That last line, I am quite positive, is responsible for turning me off at the idea of ever wanting to try caviar.
I've had it before, it's not great.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. I mean, if it's the sort of thing that is easy to associate probably with, like, rich social functions, I would not be surprised that it is, like, of questionable taste.
Yeah. I don't know whether, because there's apparently different types of caviar have different texture, but funnily enough, when I had it, it reminded me a bit of sweet corn, but incredibly salty.
Oh, how sweet corn. How fortuitous, considering we just spent the first part of this area, getting this guy his teeth back. Essentially, that's where all the sweet corn's gone.
Same kind of texture, but just kind of like flavorless anchovies, except for the salt.
Yeah, that definitely sounds unappetizing. This all brings up a very good point. Describing anything in this game as restrained is the height of comedy.
I mean, we're grading on a curve here.
Where the hell? Okay, come on. Oh shit. Ah, crap. I thought he was gonna, like, change directions or something, but no. That's the only part of this fight that can, like, make or break how this goes. If you don't know where, like, his positions are in the map where he'll show up, and if you can throw toilet paper into his mouth in time, because of course that's his weakness.
There was also a few seconds between throwing it and actually landing, so...
That should have gone in. Fuck you. That time it did. Alright, here's the best verse. Brace yourself.
Now I'm really getting rather mad. You're like a niggly, tickly, shitty little tag nut. When I've knocked you out with all my bab, I'm going to take your head and ram it up my butt.
Your butt?
My butt.
Your butt?
Right,
Your butt?
My butt.
Even Conker gets in on it, even though he kind of wishes he didn't.
Oh, that's just nasty.
Yeah. So here we go. Third phase. Music is intensifying. It is fantastic.
Not a big fan of musicals, but I do believe that more games should have musical numbers.
Agreed. And even then, it's like, I'm down for a good musical, but it's like rare which ones I might like. Last one that I'm all in on is like the remake of the producers. Just because I appreciate the subtle meta commentary of the fact that it's a musical about a musical.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
And of course, everyone likes stuff like Repo.
Oh, yeah.
Is it Repo I'm thinking of?
I forget. Also, wasn't there, like, some, like, production that, like, Trey Parker and Matt Stone did that was also kind of like a musical, like Book of Mormon or something?
Oh yeah, they did a musical adaptation called Book of Mormon, which was basically like, if you've seen the Book of Mormon episodes of South Park, it's basically like that, but it's a full-length production.
Okay, that makes sense.
And yeah, it's Repo, the genetic opera.
Yeah.
That's kind of low-hanging fruit. It's like saying you like Rocky Horror. Everyone likes Rocky Horror.
Yeah. Yeah, and like a good reason for liking it, of course, is Tim Curry.
Naturally. Tim Curry is a national treasure.
Who is not dead yet.
He only looks that way.
Yeah. He's not dying until he can escape to the one place that I think technically has been corrupted by capitalism, but not to the extent that it could be.
Nice!
Thinking about, like, sound, like, quotes like that or whatever, it's like, man, one of these days I really need to stop being a lazy ass and just get stuff done about, like, making sound redeems for my stream. The problem is just there's so many that I want to choose from. And, like, how to, like, price them as far as, like, whether they should all just be free, if they require, like, a certain amount of bits, channel points. I have no fucking idea.
I'd say make them all free, and the ones that start being used obnoxiously, charge for them.
Makes sense.
Make people pay to annoy you.
Yeah. So just before we end this, I gotta say, I really like this part of the song where, like, yeah, there's no more lyrics, but it's just the first part, you know, instrumental, like, to the tune of, like, the first set of lyrics, but super fast-paced and frantic, because it's like, you're right at the finale, this dude wants you dead, but we gotta stop him. How do we stop him?
Flush.
Yes.
Look what you've done. I'm blushing.
Yeah, this is a good spot. Welcome, Slender Man. Oh wait, no, never mind. I think we got a movie reference even older than Clockwork Orange. This is clearly Wizard of Oz.
Yes.
Now for the kicker, the final punchline.
Now that's what I call a bowel movement.
This game is a fantastic comedy. And it peaks with a literal operatic talking pile of shit.
Yeah, I was gonna say, and it's all downhill from here.
Yeah, more fun to
Yeah. And people are like, God, this is just so twisted. Who could come up with this? But then it's like, no, you don't understand. This is literally just what happens in Twycross.
Yeah.
This is exactly what's going on in Tim Stamper's backyard.
Yeah, Middle England, full of talking piles of shit.
Yeah.
Granted, most of them write for newspapers or work for the government, but, you know, they're employed.
I should not have stepped straight into that part. Best kid game from the 64. That's
I mean, there's always Quest 64. Well, I couldn't say that without laughing.
Yeah, well, whatever. I mean, this is clearly not for kids, we've established.
But what about Shadow Man?
What about Shadow Man? What about Shadow Man, the Second Coming, with SE replaced with a 2, because they thought that was a clever fucking combination of number and word.
The two and coming.
Yeah.
Like 7 and
That is the last time
Yeah.
he stands me up. Conker, I've had it just about up to...
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Look, whatever it is you're selling, I'm just not interested. Well?
Rude.
Yeah, her voice is the obvious California Valley Girl thing, but there's also a bit of Southern Belle in there as well.
Well, yeah. I mean, Louise O'Connor grew up in Dublin. It says everything. She can't hide that part of her accent.
Yeah. It's the two accents that everyone in the UK can really do.
True. How anyone mistook her for a rabbit? Yeah, it's like I even made the mention at the very start. Like, her design change had to have been the result of someone watching Space Jam and got introduced to Lola Bunny. But no, she's still...
No way you could see her as anything else.
Yeah, but she's still supposed to be a gray squirrel, like every other squirrel in this game. Even though Conker's the only red squirrel. Which begs the question, why the hell is it that the Panther King only needs him? I guess because his red fur makes him blend in enough with the rest of his end table that is missing a leg? I don't know.
I think it's because all red squirrels are exactly the same height with absolutely no changes or distinctions between them.
That's true. There's a lot of gray squirrels.
A little bit too big.
There's some gray squirrels that are obviously the same height as Conker, but then there's also Barry, who's tall and lean. And then if you look around, in the main menu, that's in the Cock and Plucker, the bartender is a totally large, buff, top-heavy squirrel.
Yep.
So yeah, there is some variance. It's just red squirrels are a rarity. Anyway, I hate this corridor. Fuck these spinning blades. They kill you in one hit if you touch them.
Also, now that I think about it, the grey squirrels are incredibly common in the UK because they forced all the red squirrels out. So, red squirrels in general aren't exactly an endangered species, but they're way more uncommon than greys.
Makes sense. Also, I can't believe I got through that corridor without dying, even though I always bitch about it prior to getting to the spot.
Or taking a hit, for that matter.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I take a hit, I die. That's the thing.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah. And it's you have to go through this nonsense just to get to the next area. And it's you see it, no wonder that they have, a squirrel's tail for you to pick up immediately right before. Even they kind of knew that, yeah, it's hard to gauge perspective properly in this game sometimes.
Yeah, we're not gonna lie, this is kind of bullshit.
Yeah, but too late to change it. We basically mapped out the entire game world to be a lot bigger than it actually was, and we had to cut areas to get things out the door. That's literally how it was. There's a making of video on Rare Replay where they talk about it, and they basically had just a whole lot of drawings of every single zone and how they would connect. And then it was basically old team members would remember days they would walk in, see the map, and just notice an increasing amount of big red X's over each of them going, right, this is cut, fuck this is gone now.
Yeah, wasn't it supposed to be 40 to 50% as bigger than what we got?
I think so, yeah, because they definitely designed a lot of these rooms to connect to other rooms that they cut out and just made it so that you cross more distance than you actually do.
There you go. $1,000.
Yeah, the Idle Mansion where he's just reading the nudie mag. Yeah, I don't think we've seen that. We did show off a lot of the idle animations last time. Oh, this bit. Oh, I love this skit because you see the dialogue, how it plays out. This is just Bugs Bunny tactics.
Yes, you are. You fit the description perfectly.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, really? And could you describe this description to me? Well, sure.
Also, never mind the second guard, taking a very painful sounding shit.
You're a squirrel, all right. And you're coming with me. Look, I tell you, I'm not a squirrel. Get your hands off me. What are you then? I'm an elephant.
Fun fact, if you remember back in the cutscene where the professor was describing the solution to the Panther King's problems, he tried many things, including elephants.
No, they're long and snouty. They also have flappy ears. Are you sure?
She's just describing the exact same thing an elephant is, but calling it a squirrel instead. Just swap the names, and it works.
There's nothing trapped.
These
back in
dumb
Now
motherfuckers.
then, well, it's alright, That's not a squirrel.
Yeah, pot plants didn't work out either.
An elephant. You stupid twat. Oh yeah, let's see.
And of course, we never lose any of the money we collect.
Of course.
Like
Now
we
blow up the
described,
bridge.
yeah, like we described before, raunchy Looney Tunes is what this game is.
Yeah, pretty much the only way to describe it, really.
Mm-hmm. All right, and now we are here. We are in prehistoric times. Because it's a rare game, of course they would have something resembling a dinosaur level.
Yeah, they're probably working on Dinosaur Planet at the same time as this. Or
Yeah.
at least starting work on it.
Hey, what about me?
Well, I mean, when this came out, this obviously would have been like, this would have completed, like, I'm pretty sure it would have been, maybe it would have been about like 2 years or so prior to this game releasing that Dinosaur Planet started development. Something like that. I don't know. I just know that, like, I think like a good number of the people that...
You ginger bastard.
Ah, yeah. Ginger bastard. I know. He's got red fur. Shut up.
I can buy it for the rest of my dead presidents.
Because most big companies have at least 2 or 3 things on the go at any one time. So
Yeah. And the
would not be
idea is...
surprised.
And the idea is that, like, basically, I'm pretty sure, like, a good number of developers that worked on Diddy Kong Racing were the ones that were going on to work on Dinosaur Planet. Because Dave Wise did the music for it. They were originally planning for one of the characters from Diddy Kong Racing to be the main character. It was going to be Timber the Tiger. Before they made it a wolf named Saber. And then Nintendo looked at it and said, that looks like a fox. Why don't you make it Star Fox? And then
Because,
that's how that
Of
mess.
course, Rare has to have its references to its older games all the time.
Yep, pretty much. Here we are. We got good old cavemen walking around here.
Metan.
When Conker killed baby Barney. Oh god, once we get to that, oh boy.
I know roughly what happens for that section.
Anyway. There's this nightclub, Rock Solid. We can't get in yet. These rock guys do not like us. But right now...
Bunch of hard men.
Yeah. But this rock dude has not uncurled yet, so we can use it for something.
Delightful.
Yeah. Unfortunately, we cannot push this dude away farther enough. Jesus Christ, I need to get out of here. Fuck! What the hell? You assholes.
Man, you're getting your shit rocked.
I see what you did there. I get it. I'm not laughing, but I get it.
Okay, meatwad.
Alright, that time worked. It's just I'm trying to get these fucking rock guys to not interrupt me all the damn time because we need to inflict more harm and misery on these cavemen creatures. You saw that tunnel. There were a couple just wandering around there. And almost there. So much physical
Sweet blessed momentum.
So much physical comedy in this section. They just made the tunnel magically longer so that they could extend that chase. When teen son gets Conker from friend, gets home and plays. Dad walks in, sees Conker, hears swearing, has word with son. Mom walks in, catches dad playing. That's a hell of a story right there, man.
Your dad walks in, your dad walks out.
Conker's bad fur day. Events prior to divorce.
Hey, Maestro.
Conker's Bad Fur Day,
Got a
Irreconcilable
little dramatic.
Differences Edition.
Can you give me something with a bit more of a beat? Yeah, that's better.
Ah. Yeah, taking advantage of the sibling who is actually of legal age. Smart move.
I don't know, when I was 16, I used to go to this independent gaming shop that did, they would, if you paid like £5, you could trade games in. But just like a straight swap.
Okay.
But obviously you couldn't trade in like a 10-year-old game for something just released, so they had everything in tiers.
Makes sense,
But I remember the year Grand Theft Auto came out. I got it. 16 years old, and admittedly I looked very young for my age.
Oh, wow.
So I probably looked closer to 14 at the time. And the guy, I took it up to the counter just, trying my luck. And the guy looked at me and was like, so you're 16, so you're 18. Yes? Like, yeah, let's go with that.
Good.
I am if it gets me the game.
Great. Okay. Now then. Oh, there we go. Fortunately, our frying pan's not enough to kill these cavemen, only briefly incapacitate them. But that's fine because we're gonna get something better to do this.
Friendship time.
Yep. Time to engage in the circle of life. Sometime later.
Oh. Ah. Here it comes. Whatever it is.
Baseball bat just wasn't quite the same. I mean, like, the only reason I think the reason they went with the baseball was because they did a gag early on, where it's like, you remember the stone gargoyle that we had to make fall off the bridge in order to get past? And the whole point was that you needed to unlock a weapon in order to use it. There's a bit they changed in that where you use the frying pan, and he doesn't fall off, and explains that the designer thought that they should make things slightly different so the player doesn't just steamroll through what is essentially the same game. And Conker goes, well, that sucks. Good thing I brought this. Pulls out the bat, whacks him, and then he falls off.
It's one of those universal constants, like, hitting someone with a baseball bat is dangerous. Hitting someone with a frying pan is dangerous, but funny.
Yeah, pretty much. Alright. This is our child now. Though not for long.
A little bugger, ain't he?
Yeah, pretty much. Unfortunately, it's like, because of how pathfinding is in games of this era, we obviously cannot just run ahead and he will always catch up to us exactly. We kind of have to...
Really anything more than, like, 10 character lengths back then, and the AI would just be like, nope.
Yeah. Yeah, you just gotta, like, move and stop, move and stop. Practically keep an eye on the damn thing. It's basically like looking after a child.
Okay, Casey Anthony. I know what happens.
I don't know. Did Casey Anthony's do the exact thing that we're going to be doing a couple in the next room?
Not that can be proven in a court of law.
Fair enough.
From a legal standpoint, no, they do not.
Yeah, that's spicy, and that's only because I know exactly what's gonna happen.
Oh, so do I.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, this game doesn't hold back. Alright. Let's get through here.
Also, the singing in the background sounds like it's saying baby now.
Yeah, it's a bit weird. The only thing I know about this particular theme is that, like, if you listen to it, there are, like, certain parts of it that are also reusing some of the leitmotif from the Windy hub music. So, even when we're as far removed as in a prehistoric time period, we still get, like, that core, like, music theme going, you know?
Yeah.
Because we heard it at the barn. Couldn't really hear it when we were in Pooh Mountain because it was just poo noises.
Yeah.
And then you also still heard a bit of it when you were on the way to Bat's Tower.
Yeah, Rare's always been really good at I was going to say recycling, but that's not really the right term. Reusing riffs and leitmotifs.
Yeah.
To maintain consistency.
Yeah, it's a very common method with sound and music design in games, you know?
Yeah, lots of callbacks and references.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, our time as a father is over now.
This is gonna be interesting.
Conker excited for child murder. So yeah, can you confirm or deny that Casey Anthony did something possibly like this?
Again, from a legal standpoint, no, she did not. She was found innocent.
All right, that's fine.
Maybe if there were some more garbage bags involved. Oh god, I feel bad.
Oh.
No, I don't.
Hey, what's happening here? Caveman party? Nah, man, a dino got squished at the pool. You got any garbage bags?
Plus, Casey Anthony at least waited, several years.
Yeah.
Rather than like 10 minutes.
Look, we're playing Conker's Bad Fur Day. Is it any surprise that we are also going as, like, shocking and potentially offensive? Well, offensive in quotes, not offensive in ways that would actually get us canceled for it.
Very, 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 very dark humor.
Yeah. Again, I mean, we even brought up Postal earlier. That is very much leaned into what this does, but even cruder, and I'll at least say from parts that I've seen, mainly from Civi's Pro Postal series, very hacky, in a way where it's like, some of these jokes you cannot call funny in any context, even if you get the point is to be, like, very shocking. It's just everything else about it when the game is being buggy as hell, where you go, okay, that is pretty funny.
Yeah, I mean, Postal 2 is one of those very, very rare instances of, like, individually, each part of the game is complete garbage.
Yes.
But if you take it as a whole, it somehow cancels itself, cancels everything out, and the jank becomes charming, the humor is genuinely funny. Yeah, it's a miracle that it works, let alone is playable.
Yeah.
And then the fact that it is reasonably funny in places, that should not happen.
Yeah, and it's like, I think, based on, like, what I've seen of the various Postal games, I think even 4 just might be the best that gets yet. I think part of that also helps because for, like, most of that game's development, they had John St. John as the dude, which I think gives it, helps give it even more of a comedic tone, because now the Postal dude just sounds like, just some wandering alcoholic dad who happens to wander into insane scenarios.
Oh, is it not the original guy that they've got for Postal 4?
Well, I mean, they did get Rick Hunter back eventually. Like, I think that's one of the things they added as part of like the final release. They got him, and they got Corey Cruz. You basically get your selection of 3 Postal dudes.
I like Corey Cruz as a voice actor.
Yeah.
But he's not Postal dude.
Yeah, they're different flavors.
Yeah. He always kind of reminded me a bit of who was it that played Nathan Drake again?
Nolan North.
Yeah, he reminds me of sort of a. He sounds very similar to Nolan North in my mind, but kind of more cynical.
Yeah, I can kind of see that. Yeah, the Nolan North comparison, now I can't unhear that.
Right?
Yeah. Well, hey, at least they were smart and just like, whoever they went with, we didn't get Troy Baker.
Oh, thank God for that.
Yeah.
Like, I used to like him, but then he got involved with, well, first off, he got involved with The Medium, which is a steaming pile of hot garbage.
Well, yeah.
And then he started doing NFTs, and I'm like, yeah, nah, fuck you.
Yeah.
You were Kanji Tatsumi, loved you in that role, but you can go fuck yourself.
Yeah, just, in the words of Kanji, get bent.
That's great. Come on.
Get bent, get bent, get bent!
Oh.
Now the cavemen worship us.
Oh, not these guys again.
Well, we at least adhere to some part of their dress code.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Wearing the headdress of a saber-toothed squirrel.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, those rock monster guys up there.
Oh, yeah, God, I cannot imagine just, like,
I don't like them.
how hard Chris Marlowe had to hold back from just breaking on any of his lines for recording the lyrics
Okay, follow me.
to the Great Mighty Poo. Or actually, I think like the full title of it, I think, is the song is called Chucky Poo's Lament. Like, that's what it's called in the credits.
Charles E. Poo, thank you.
Yeah. So here's a neat little like tidbit about Conker, specifically as it pertains to when the game was in development as like 12 Tales, you know, like pre-Bad Fur Day. Obviously, it was going to be a 3D platformer. You'd go to different worlds. A common thing that would be happening in, like, all these worlds that you went to in that game is that Conker / Barry, because Barry was also playable in it, they would get different hats as per the theme of the world. I'm pretty sure this is definitely one of those few holdovers from back when the game was 12 Tales. Because just the little caveman headdress that we got going on right now, blending into to the locals. And even the caveman chanting is in time with the music.
Yeah, I'm just grooving out to that.
It's pretty good. It's pretty catchy, even though it is just nonsense gibberish. Also, I can't, unfortunately, whenever I hear it, I cannot unhear them saying Alaska, and I'm like, what are they saying about me?
Okay, guys, let me have the first pop.
Alaska, Bay, Alaska, Bay.
Rock on caveman violence, motherfuckers, let's go!
Clang,
The race war starts now!
Everyone's being sent to horny jail.
Oh god. Follow Squafaji, follow Squafaji. Yeah, oh god. Yeah, just whatever you first end up hearing from, in the lyrics, that's what you start to hear, forever.
I try to avoid doing that because,
yeah,
like, I remember when I was playing Suikoden 2.
Mm-hmm.
This is a weird one, I admit. But the first few areas, like the first half of the game, you're on this one map, which has its own map theme.
Mm-hmm.
And as you go to other countries, the music on the overworld changes. Pretty common for PS1 era RPGs. But there's mushroom enemies that you fight. and the music has this very specific pattern of dun 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 dun. That's the beat going through it.
Okay.
And I wound up getting stuck in my head for every time I play it.
I think
Don't
you'll let us
attack
in
the
somehow.
mushrooms. Don't
What with my
attack the
friends here.
mushrooms. Can't play Suikoden 2 anymore because that keeps popping in my head every time I try.
Yep.
Alright, guys. Steady on.
Alright.
I'll sort this out.
Time to coerce our way into this nightclub.
You seem like my kind of guys. Okay, but I need the password.
Oh, this is good.
Delio.
Guys, do you know what the password is?
You're close.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck off.
Fidelio?
Okay, I was making an eyes wide shut joke, and they went and made it anyway.
Yeah, they made it. They made it on multiple levels.
Oh.
They keep,
Jesus
Come
Christ.
in.
yeah.
Yeah.
Also, Conker
I-
still breaking the fourth wall, going, of course you'll let me in. I'm the king, or I will be. Didn't you watch the opening? The fuck? Nothing. Never mind.
For 4 to 5 hours, mate.
Yeah. Anyway, time for the best song of the game. And there's also something very important we need to do in here before we perform our main task. Someone's in here. Oh shit, it's our girlfriend.
Oh, dang. She's literally a cage dancer.
Yep. What to do? What to do?
I mean, you've got a grand sitting in your back pocket, so make it rain like it was El Nino.
Yeah, shake it, Conker. Yes, all of these are in time with the music, including the lights. Again,
Yeah.
this is Robin Beanland's finest hour of flexing on every motherfucking sound designer in the industry.
Yeah, I am genuinely impressed how everything syncs up.
Yeah, he did not win that BAFTA for nothing. At least I think he did. I forget if that was actually real or if that was just Chris making a joke.
Like, for an N64 game, this is ridiculously advanced.
Yeah. I mean, look at how the lights are ramping up. Yep, and then in sync with the drop. God, this bit is so good.
Yeah, kind of reminding me of the opening of Blade as well.
Oh yeah, doing the worm.
Doing the worm.
Unfortunately, I wish that this was an alternate way to clear it out, clear out this whole rock solid section instead of doing the task we actually need to. If they just look at us dancing and they're like, "Oh, you're cool. We'll take you to the back room. We got something for you."
Dance contest.
Yeah. And yes, a red squirrel and a gray squirrel. A gray squirrel who is like 3 times taller than us.
And looks nothing like a rabbit.
Yeah. Honestly, a girlfriend is 3 times our size. That's like, well, okay, that might be saying a bit much about me, but whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, girlfriend's 3 times your size. You're off to the races.
I mean, obviously we know about like the Lola Bunny like comparison, but I think also the other thing they were going for was a bit of like Roger Rabbit, Jessica Rabbit. Just because I mean, like, obviously that's completely different species, but it's fun to pair people up in ways that make for like the unlikeliest couple.
Yeah. I mean, there was always also stuff like in Tex Avery cartoons.
Yeah.
You'd have like Droopy Dog, who is literally like 2.5 foot tall. And there would be some, leggy lamb character who's like 8 foot tall and his legs for days.
For sure.
So it's not an uncommon thing to see in cartoons.
Time to get wasted. And when we're
Time
wasted,
to be in those rocks.
yep, you know this game well.
If there's booze, there's going to be pissing.
Alright. The hard part, obviously, is making sure I get these rocks lined up that I can piss at them so that they go into... Ah, crap. This might not be good.
Yeah, I think you're gonna have to strafe a bit there.
That's the problem. Your movement is shit when you're drunk. Ah, crap. Okay.
Oh wow, they give you no time at all.
Yeah, it's like, you better hope that they are in the exact right position you need them to be. Kinda sucks. I might not even be able to get them in there in time. I don't know. This might be a good angle. We'll see.
The home of challenge pissing. Yeah, the toilets game from Yakuza Kiwami 2 was actually based on this, funnily enough.
Oh my god,
So there you go.
I just ran out of piss before he could, like, go down the ramp into the hole. God damn it. Correct angle. Yeah.
Yeah, you need more accuracy on the angle of the dangle, my friend.
Oh, well. Quick, get some seltzer.
Yeah, because you can always trust any kind of weird pill-shaped thing you find in a nightclub.
But don't worry, it's context sensitive. That means it is always what Conker needs the most in that moment in time. He's literally warping reality, and he doesn't know it.
Why does this pill say cyanide?
Tastes like lemon. I feel like if there was ever if this game had gotten the chance to get the sequel that was initially planned called Conker's Other Bad Day, my hope would have been that, like, they leaned so hard into explaining more about the context-sensitive pads, and they just turned it into an excuse to make it so that Conker just lives his life with, like, Warhammer Orc logic. That's the only way to explain why this shit just pops up whenever it needs to, because he believes that what he needs will show up when he presses B. And then that gives him the power at the end to be all like, I don't need those B pads anymore.
See, with that, you can always go, like, obviously there's the problem of, you know, making it too complicated. But you could also have it set up so it's like, okay, this is a story of Conker actively fighting the programmers.
Yeah. I mean, in a way, that's also the Matrix.
I mean,
becoming the one is basically that. What's with Conker? What's happening? He's beginning to believe. All right. Now then.
Stop trying to hit me and hit me, you bastard.
Yeah, obviously we're not making it like there's no point in hiding any of like the late game movie parodies. We all know about the Matrix shit that happens.
Yeah, if you know anything about this game, it'll be
fuck.
Great Mighty Poo and the Matrix.
Ah, damn it. Okay. I did not angle it correctly. Gotta do this again. I mean, like, I mean, it's nice that we get to listen to all, like, this rave music or whatever, but this is, admittedly, from a gameplay standpoint, this isn't, like, one of my highlights for the Uga Buga chapter, just because this shit just takes so long.
Yeah, this bit is... I imagine it's not so bad when you're playing it, but for an audience, it's kind of, okay, can we skip this bit? No,
Yeah.
Fine.
Yeah. Hello, Venomous. Hey, good to see you dropping by. They are correct. We are technically halfway through the Uga Buga chapter now.
Yep. Unfortunately, you missed Great Mighty Poo and child murder.
Yes.
But don't worry, there's always more child murder.
Yeah, the child murder with Casey Anthony jokes. Because we throw dark, and also sticking it to a bunch of catfish, aristocratic pricks.
Yeah.
Damn it! I wish there was a way to just like cancel out of the drunk phase early, because you don't want to be drunk when you're trying to push these boulders on the upper catwalk.
Or at least, you know, some way to speed up or jump.
Yeah. Uga Buga? No, not quite. At least not until the end. There's
Uga Buga's the other woman dancing on the other side of the cage.
Yeah. Oh god. I'm just thinking again about the very end of this fucking chapter.
Well,
And just...
Liver let die. Okay, one more of those and I'm putting you on timeout.
Liver let... Oh, God, these fucking puns. Ugh.
Crimes against humanity.
Jesus. You should know how things go in streams. Like, who gets the pun privileges?
We've got the fucking mics, we get the puns.
Son of a bitch.
Oh, damn it.
That was right on the corner, too. Oh, dear. You know, I won't say that that last one is worth, like, a mute or a timeout, but, I mean... Personally, I think when it comes to puns, at least, should always be keeping people on edge whether or not something is actually going to get them a timeout or not.
Yeah, the actual act of muting someone for a pun is... I feel that's unfair.
Sure.
Threatening them with it, on the other hand. Fucking Damocles sword up that bitch.
Yeah. I cannot believe this fucking rock bastard had to go into the opposite goddamn corner. Farthest away from where he should be. And I can't walk forward while pissing. That's the worst part.
I mean, that's always a really bad idea.
Just, Jesus Christ. Like, can you not... Fuck it, I might just try the other dude. The one that's dancing to this other rock girl. Oh, God. Unless... Oh, shit, I'm hungover now. Yeah, this area is fantastic in terms of, like, atmosphere and whatever, but goddamn... when you fuck up the sequence and have to do things over, it is quite the chore.
Yeah. I feel like they kind of expected you to be able to get this first time.
Yeah, but it's the sort of thing where it's just like you can't leave the boulder, like when you're rolling it. You can't leave it in front of the dancers that are walking in and out of the alcove because they will get pushed off.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if you had to move it past them or if you were going to be using it to launch them.
Oh, rude! He was trying to hit me and he hit the girl. Yeah, I'm gonna try my luck with that dude instead. He's at least closer. Here we go again. Good thing we aren't finishing this game today.
Also, good thing he's a cartoon character, because otherwise he would be dead right now.
Yeah, this is still gonna take us a while. So how have you been?
Well, I built a bookcase last week.
Nice, nice.
I have plans to get another one because I have way too many books. Not that that'll ever stop me from buying any, but you know.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's about it.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Seeing my girlfriend and streaming with Fiendly and streaming with yourself, that's pretty much all I've got going on right now.
That's fair. I've been occasionally following the news cycle from Naughty 3.
Yeah, my standard view of that is, have we got Bloodborne 2 yet? Nope. Do not care. Move on.
God. Yeah, that's, You know, I'm actually gonna do something. I'm gonna, like, quit out of this and just reload because I feel like I cannot feasibly push any of these two into the center hole with how far away they are.
Too much.
Yep, I thought so. Exactly. It reset that fucker's position. God damn it. So much time wasted. Yeah, I mean, like, some stuff's been coming out, like, news-wise that has me excited. A whole lot of boomer shooters of different varieties this time, not just the Duke 3D kind.
Yeah.
Sulaco's pretty fucking sick. That demo's so good.
Callisto Protocol looks really good.
Yeah. I was also...
There's also an...
Oh yeah,
Sorry, go ahead.
I was made aware of the existence of a game called Agent 64, which apparently was announced sometime last year, but I did not notice until like the PC Gamer presentation had like a showed off a new trailer or whatever, I guess.
Really surprised that Routine came back from the grave.
Really?
Yeah, because that is a camera angle.
That sucked. God damn it. Yeah, this is still a pain.
Its Routine was meant to come out like 10 years ago or so, and then Alien Isolation came out and basically stole its entire visual aesthetic.
Oh, yeah. And no, not
And
Agent
then-
69, Agent 64, as in the Nintendo 64 like we're playing right now, because it's a GoldenEye homage. Which that's pretty exciting, because I played that demo and I was like, holy shit, they got so much of the GoldenEye Perfect Dark isms down to a T. Even the aiming works the same way with moving the reticule around the screen.
Which, funnily enough, we were talking about lots during the grab bag a couple of weeks back.
That we did, yeah. And it still feels pretty much the same way. As well as it's like, you know, if you don't want to use that, you still have auto-aim, which feels a lot better than how other games auto-aim does it, where it just locks your camera. Instead, you see the gun moving around, and it makes it a lot more fun to kind of go through the levels quickly. Still stuff they need to work on, obviously. The explosions for when you shoot objects does not last nearly as long, unfortunately.
And that's something they'll probably fix at some point once people complain about it enough.
Hopefully, because how they currently feel, it's like, you know when you play something like Half-Life 2, like a Source Engine game, and when you make something explode, it's like an explosion that lasts for less of a second, and you're just left with like a brief smoke cloud. It's like that.
Like the one thing I always disliked about Half-Life 2 is that the sound effects and all the weapons just feel so wimpy.
Yeah, it's not its strongest suit. Fortunately, that's something that like things like MMod actually kind of address.
Is that the one with the really ugly character models?
No, that's the cinematic mod or whatever it is. No, it's just MMod. What it does is that it adds a bit more punch to the weapon sound effects, and it actually lets you switch out the hit scan like shooting model for one that's more based on actual ballistics.
Oh, okay. So more Max Payne style almost.
Kinda, yeah. It's like your guns, you kind of have to lead them a bit more, but the same also applies for like the Combine. So actually moving and shooting has a bit more of a value to it.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it's like that was the last time I played Half-Life that way, combined with the update mod, which fixed a lot of the things that ended up breaking about Half-Life 2 with the Source Engine. So that's like the best way to experience it now, because it's as close to vanilla as you can get, while still being an improvement over actual vanilla, and not doing any of the bullshit like cinematic mod changes that just replace Alex with like someone's fetishy Victoria's Secrets model or Crystal.
It's really nice how, you know, like 10 years after aliens have curb stomped Earth into a mud puddle, and you can still get Wonder Bras around every corner.
Yeah. I don't know what's actually worse now, the more I think about it. Those weird alternate Alex models, or the person that just made a mod that replaced Alex entirely with Crystal. I mean, the Crystal one sounds more hilarious on paper, but it sounds infinitely more cursed. I can at least...
I'm gonna say,
oh man,
I have way more respect for whoever came up with the Crystal one, because they're up front and saying, yes, this is what I am into.
This is my fetish.
Yeah, whereas the other ones, you know, you just know they're hiding behind like 10 layers of irony and plausible deniability.
Yeah. Even though, yeah, I guess that makes sense. The freaking, just the sexed up versions of Alex just come off more like
It's
so basic in terms of like what your kinks could possibly be.
Like the cinematic one, it looks more like a really creepier real doll.
It really does. Yeah.
Like, I am not being funny. It looks like a dead-eyed sex doll. Like, Patrick Bateman would take one look at this model and be like, "Yep, I'm into that."
Mm-hmm.
Whereas, like I
Oh
said,
my
the
God.
one for
It even
one
has a
with
wound
Crystal.
tattoo.
Ah.
And then proceeds to murder it.
God, the tasteful thickness. But yeah, the crystal one. At least you know what the purpose of that was.
Yeah, it's not for me, but it makes me uncomfortable in a significantly different way. Probably because of the fact that like nothing about Eli is changed. So it's like he literally just fucked a blue fox woman. That's literally what happened.
See,
I don't know him anymore.
Could have been worse because they could have changed him into like a gopher or something.
Oh God.
Yep, everyone is just random animals regardless of familial affiliation now.
I cannot believe that this motherfucker is like not getting into a hole.
Be like the wind.
Oh my God, you asshole. There it is. Fucking hell. Oh, Jesus. Now we gotta do this with one more, and then we are out of this rave nightmare. The music's great, but Jesus Christ, how many times have we heard it loop?
I think we've been on this section for at least 6.5 hours now.
Yeah. I mean,
Time
the
is
song
ceasing to have all
itself,
meaning.
no joke, the song itself lasts about 6 minutes before it actually loops back to the beginning.
Yeah.
It's long.
As I said, at first it was reminding me of the opening scene from Blade, the nightclub.
Oh yeah, Blade would have been out before this. That was 98, yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
And it is kind of, legally distinct. But yeah, I think we're all about ready for this section to end.
Yeah. Well, luckily, once we push this last rock guy into that open hole, we will be done with this. Because what we're doing now, even though, like, Conker has not mentioned anything about this being possibly part of his plan, we have to drop these dudes on top of Barry's cage so it breaks open and she can be freed. This probably is not the best angle for it, but I'm gonna try my best. Or distance. Fuck, I don't know. God damn it. Just get in there. Jesus. How much more piss do you need, big guy? Fuck.
How much have you got?
I think it's still moving, just very, very slow. Like, holy hell.
Man, this is the worst fetish club I've ever been to.
Oh my God. And there's still...
Actually, no. Second worst.
Yeah, I'm not gonna make any further comments, just because I've never been to a fetish club or anything like that. I've kind of wanted to, just to see, just to understand a bit more about other people and myself. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Pandemic very clearly shot down any hope of that happening. Oh well. Time to try this again. I mean, other things I'm looking forward to. I mean, like, games and whatnot. Like, the Sulaco demo was pretty cool. Agent 64 has me excited because I have no idea why I did not think at any point earlier I wanted Indie Dev to make a game that's explicitly like GoldenEye and Perfect Dark. And someone's actually doing it now. And I'm like, holy shit, this is everything I wanted, even though I didn't ask for it.
Yeah, kind of like we've had the PS1 aesthetic thing for a while now. I'm genuinely surprised it's taken this long for anyone to do anything for the N64.
Yeah, and now it's like, other things that come to mind is obviously, you saw my big thread about it on Twitter. The upcoming best game for 2022, assuming it does not get delayed past it. Wanted Dead.
Hey, Barry!
Devil's Third 2.
Barry! Where'd you go? Barry!
What was that about fettuccine? Don't think about it.
We're talking about pasta, fettuccine alfredo.
Yeah.
It's time to leave this place. It's getting a bit noisy.
We gotta leave, but not before picking up one very important thing that was left behind.
Muns.
Come on. There we go. But yeah, Wanted Dead's gonna be awesome. I can't wait. I sincerely hope that game is as good as I hope it will be, so I will be finally vindicated about my opinions on Devil's Third.
Here we come.
Yeah, when's it coming out on again? Is it Switch and PC?
PC, current gen, and last gen. They announced with the last trailer that they have Xbox One and PS4 versions.
Oh, that's surprising, to be honest.
Yeah. I'm still gonna try and aim for PC, though, because it still has shooting elements, and I would rather try my hand at it with, like, a mouse if I can.
Where do you think you're going with that?
What?
The money.
Oh, I'm following her.
I don't think so. I think you need to see the boss.
Okay.
Oh, here comes the boss.
Well,
Sup, Mr. Weasel?
Off me.
Coming to him on this, the day of his daughter's wedding.
Tried to steal my dough. What do you gotta say for yourself, boy?
What? Oh, hey. Hey, Barry, how you doing? Me.
Do you know this tea leaf?
Yeah, like I'd associate with a caveman.
Ouch.
Rod does not seem to know you.
Like, is it okay if I get
Admittedly,
it? I gotta go powder my
it's
nose.
like they kind of clearly established that she's dumb enough to not recognize him because of the headgear.
I just got one thing.
But at the
to
same
do.
time, it would take a whole other context if she was still holding a grudge over getting stood up because he got drunk and wandered off into God knows
You step out
where.
of line, you can expect.
We're operating on Psychonauts rules, where if, like, you have a pair of binoculars, you're obviously a bird watcher.
True.
If you have a skinned animal, you're a caveman.
Could have been Chicho. Could have been
Pikachu.
Polly.
Oh, just Polly.
You don't you
You might also recognize these are the weasels from the Heist multiplayer game.
again to me.
So, who remembers the Untouchables?
Yes.
Likes
You
baseball.
can have the money. In fact, I've got more money. You can have that. too.
Also, I did not just say Pikachu at random. This was also another one of those moments where, according to like a leaked beta
First.
a version of the game's ROM that was discovered years ago and people dug through, which had like most of the stuff intact, but some cutscene animations or whatever were not set up properly.
This way.
This scene was changed initially to be one where you see a familiar zigzag yellow tail peeking out from underneath the table that interrupts the Don's speech, and he goes, "Hold on a second," pulls out the bat and tries to beat the shit out of Pikachu.
Yeah, no way in hell that was
Yeah,
gonna be
just
allowed.
like, and this was the kicker at the end. He was like, "Ugh, sorry about that. You know how it is. Gotta catch 'em all."
Totally out of place in this ecosystem.
And Nintendo of America obviously looked at that and were like,
Patch.
"You know who's publishing this,
Absolutely
right?
So, what
You know who owes
happens
Pokemon,
is
right?
use your
You know what's
You
gonna
know who
happen to you
pays-
guys in a year from now,
take the
right?
fool
You
know
see this
who
other
pays
big
your
company in
your
Redmond that's
wages?
looking for game companies,
down
right?
out of here
Nope, not there. Not that.
and drop it here.
Oh, man.
By the
Yeah,
way,
it's no wonder that got
that
cut for
bomb goes
obvious
off.
reasons.
that's
Hell,
a
the
Yeah.
hell, the freaking like
And if you don't
opening
pull it off,
like logo movie
that's
with the
just
N64 logo cutting in half almost got cut, but I think they only barely were able to convince Nintendo about it, but just barely.
Yeah, 'cause if I remember correctly, Nintendo basically, like a lot of companies, obviously have this big list of do's and don'ts when it comes to things you can do
Yeah.
with openings and that. And one of the big ones for pretty much every company is you can have funny opening titles as long as it doesn't make our logo look bad.
Yeah.
Or make it, what's the word I'm looking for? Corrupt the image, for lack of a better term.
True.
Which is exactly what that does.
I would not be surprised that the logic that the stampers used to convince Nintendo was okay is that it's specifically the N64 logo and not the Nintendo logo. Considering the GameCube was several months away, I'm pretty sure they were like, look, there's not much more time left for the N64, right? This is our way of sending it out. You got the GameCube coming out. It's so much more powerful than that old thing.
I mean, you're going to be taking it out behind the woodshed in a couple of months. Come on, get over it.
Yeah, and they probably looked at it and were like, yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, this was, you know, well, not one of the last games, but definitely one of the last major games on a dying console that was never particularly popular to begin with.
Yeah.
Don't think it was too much of a pain for them to be like, okay, fine, no one's gonna see it.
Oh, fuck.
Ouch.
I'm so close. I think it's just because I had to kind of stop for a brief while in order to not run into any of those uvulas. Yeah, I just gotta keep pace. I don't care.
I always used to get uvulas and tonsils confused. Wasn't until I was like mid-20s before someone was like, yeah, no, that's not what tonsils are.
Yeah. Oh well. Just gotta do this again. It's fine though. We still got some lives. And things will be picking up quite a bit as well for the rest of the Uga Buga chapter. Because, God, yeah, just that. Rock Solid's got some great music, but fuck going through that just for, like, the slow tedium of it all.
Yeah, as I said, I feel like when they were playtesting it, everyone was able to get it done in one go.
Yeah. Not be surprised.
Because I was watching a video on the history of Doom the other day. And it was a bit about the expansions.
Right, yeah.
The Doom expansions are infamously, the official ones I should say, are infamously some of the most difficult maps and content for the game.
Thy Flesh Consumed is like stupid in the fact that the first two levels are literally the hardest things of the entire game.
Yeah. And then you get to stuff like...
Son of a bitch. You really cannot stop moving.
Nope. Then you get to stuff like Plutonia and TNT.
Yeah.
And I think it was Plutonia.
Yeah.
There was an interview with one of the developers, and he said, well, you know, I was, not to toot my own horn, but I was already, you know, like a pro Doom player at the time. So I made maps that I thought were difficult. And then I played them. And I made them so hard even I had trouble doing them.
Yeah.
I wanted to challenge me. And I was watching that and I was like, suddenly everything makes sense.
Yeah, thanks, Dario Casali. I'm surprised you even got hired by Valve.
Yeah, Valve are user-friendly. They'd like to see you suffer.
Yeah. And which is still funny, too, because even if it is stupidly difficult, like, Plutonia is still one of, like, those prime examples of, like, people that are way into Doom would say, yeah, even as, like, a very hard, like, level pack, Plutonia is one of the better ones. Like, better than TNT Evolution, that's for sure.
Yeah. Some of the level design in it is really good. But it's also, if you play it above anything higher than Hurt Me Plenty, it's also borderline unplayable.
Yeah.
You really need to know what you're doing.
I generally subscribe to Civi's theory about Plutonia, that there are more Revenants in that game than there are zombie, like, shotgunners or chain gunners. Or imps, rather. There are more Revenants than imps. There are more Revenants than there are stars in the sky.
There are more Revenants in that game than there are in pretty much every other expansion combined. And the base game. And that's just in like one chapter, let alone the entire game.
Yeah, I prefer not to play Plutonia, but I respect the hell out of Plutonia.
Oh yeah.
It's an important part of like Doom like community map history.
Yeah. It's a big milestone. It's just also completely unplayable for anyone who doesn't have godlike reflexes.
Yeah. Pretty much. Okay. Now we're out of that tense bombing run.
Thank God.
Now then.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
For a second, it took me a second to realize that they were wearing sunglasses and those weren't like sensor bars over their eyes.
Yeah. We also saw these guys in Rock Solid, technically.
Oh yeah.
I think that gives plausible reason for why they specifically targeted us and stole our money.
Don't recognize them, but I recognize the money.
When a squirrel can't even go to a dinosaur-themed world without getting mugged by a bunch of prehistoric brats.
Sounding
Sounding
a bit like middle of the rich class white man rhetoric there, Conker. You gotta start making comments about certain countries that you say may or may not be considered civilized. I appreciate that they do have like the translated text of what they're trying to say, but when you hear the words they're saying, and you can clearly make correlations between which caveman words translate to which English ones. Like, just Chris Seaver just had a whole lot of fun. Whoa!
Ooh.
I mean, I was already pushing it by saying the professor's full name, but geez, Conker.
Yeah, also, something probably a lot of people watching won't know, gyros were how people used to get their benefits in the UK. It was, I don't know if you guys have postal orders, but it was essentially just like a book of, I don't know what would be the closest thing, almost like checks.
Oh, like a little stimulus.
Yeah, you go to the post office, cash it in, they would take it out as proof that you'd been paid. So, yeah, it's your everyday commoner garden looking down on people on benefits thing.
I can't be the only one that thinks that listening to this music and like some of the MIDI guitar riffs, it makes me think of Jin Kazama's theme from Tekken 3.
There's definitely a Tekken 3 kind of vibe.
Yeah. But this is also
Tekken 3
like...
has some great music.
Like, this concept that we're going through right here is like the most... It is the most rare N64, like, aesthetic and concept possible. Oh, shit. I did not have enough speed. Well, at least we get
hovering jetboards surfing on lava.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's about as close as it gets to peak N64.
We at least get to see a game over screen, of which there are different scenes based on how you die.
Yeah, different ones based on what point in the game you're at as well, isn't there?
Yeah, like if I lost all my lives when I was in a water area and drowned, they'd toss in the bag. It would have water dripping and go, yeah, we got him. He's a bit soggy though. But then there are other times where, like, if you die and you clearly did not get dismembered in any way or drowned, you see him as the fourth leg. He's all tied up. He's got the duct tape.
Because I remember seeing a compilation of all the death cutscenes, and it went on for like 10 minutes.
Jeez, yeah. I need to actually look that up to remind myself of how many there actually are, because I only remember ever seeing 3. You know, it's the one where, like, he's a bloody mess, he either drowned, or he was intact and got used as, like, the leg. Oh, fuck off, you stupid dinosaur. Alright.
Yeah, it's not the one I'm thinking of, I assume, but there's one that's like 3 minutes long. And there's one for Live and Reloaded. That's 5.5.
Okay. Yeah, I think that adds up. That adds up to the amount of like death cutscenes they make for it. There's only so many ways.
It must have been the compilation of both that I was thinking of.
Oh my god, I need to regulate my speed more because I'm getting to a point where like that dinosaur's legs are making it impossible for me to like get around smoothly. Shit, I've not had this much trouble, but I'm trying to do what I can to catch up to the first caveman and like get part of my money back. Fun fact, this little race mini game is also a multiplayer mode.
So I'm gonna go out on a limb and say it's probably heavily based on Diddy Kong's Racing.
A little bit. I mean, like, this would seem like the kind of track that would be in Diddy Kong Racing, for sure. But it's also the sort of thing where, like, when you do it in multiplayer, you can have, like, up to, like, 8 people. Obviously, not all of them player-controlled. But, and it plays out more like, you have, like, a set number of laps. You can attack the other racers to try and kill them because it's this game.
Yeah.
Come on, just catch up to the bastard. Got him.
Oh, in midair.
There we go. Good. I think we're actually going to get like an alternate path through now that we're onto the last guy. Yeah, we are. Got him.
Forgot for a second that's chocolate, not rocks.
There we go. Now we can actually leave this hell skate. Ooh, fuck. Oh, fuck.
Oh.
Woo. I thread the needle on that one. Holy fuck. Got it. And an extra water cache. Hell yeah. Up or down, up or slow down. Yeah, you gotta just like alternate your speed sometimes. As much as I would like it to be just go fast all the time and avoid everything on reaction, it just doesn't work like that in this.
So here's the obligatory Gladiator parody, I'm guessing.
Yep, Gladiator, but caveman themed instead of Roman themed. Which is funny because 12 Tales actually had like a Roman centurion world that you would go to, and Conker would have like a little centurion helmet. Oh god, that's right. Jet Force Gemini did have a little race minigame, yeah. I'm gonna say it controlled worse than this, but that's just because this game is on the whole better than Jet Force Gemini.
Yeah, Jet Force Gemini was definitely if it had come out on the GameCube, I feel like it would have been better.
Yes.
No two ways about it. Kind of a mess.
It is, even though it's the kind of unique ambition they tried to go for, something I want to get behind.
Especially, I don't know, 10 out of 10 for the attempt.
Yeah, especially because that's what the Blast Corps team went on to make. I shit you not. Yeah, but I guess that is also the other problem. Like, the more I thought about when I played through Jet Force Gemini, it was like, I get Ratchet and Clank vibes out of this whole concept, but even then, I would rather spend more time with the Ratchet and Clank games. But, I mean, whatever. But again, if they had that for GameCube at the time, it would at least make for a nice little, like, Nintendo alternative, you know?
Yeah, the GameCube never really had much in terms of those kind of games that were like multi-platform.
Yeah.
Because it had stuff like Darkened Sky, the Skittles game.
Oh god, that thing. And no, the Ratchet and Clank 2 was 2003. You're off by 1 year, but I'm not surprised because it's like those games were coming out a year apart from each other on PS2.
Yeah, they were cranking them out on a conveyor belt.
Mm-hmm. And even then, those PS2 games were still better than the PS3 games, like, as a collective whole. I'm even including Deadlocked in that conversation.
I'll be honest, the only Ratchet and Clank game I've ever played was the PS4 one.
Oh, the remake? Yeah.
Yeah. Remake slash reboot, because it was meant to tie into the movie.
Game based on the movie, based on the game.
Yeah. Oh, Metal Arms. Yeah, that was one of those games that I saw in magazines everywhere on the time. Never actually seen a copy in real life. I just always, for like, I swear, like 6 months straight, it seemed to be in every gaming magazine. But I never knew anyone that had played it or seen it.
Oh no, we got a dino on our ass. Oh shit, what do we do? What do we do? It wants to kill us. Quick, context sensitive pad. Again, Bugs Bunny shit. Now he's...
I thought he was...
Yeah.
For a second, I thought he was just going to pull out a really big steak or something.
Now he's our murderous dino. A little balance walk as he goes up the hill. Don't worry, be happy. Alright. More caveman murder. Yep, you can eat them.
It's like Jurassic World all over again.
We can eat them or knock them into the lava.
Hard to tell which is more merciful.
Okay, hold on. There we go.
Lunchy munchies?
Oh yeah, and you can still walk around with them in your mouth before you press B again to, like, just eat them entirely. It's kind of fucked up.
Yeah, I would not be remotely surprised if they were like, what if Yoshi, but real?
So, like the Super Mario Brothers movie?
No, that's what if Yoshi, but nightmarish.
I mean, who's to say real wouldn't also be a nightmare?
I don't know. I've seen the Jurassic World movies.
True. Okay. Yeah, but I mean, also, you look at Super Mario Brothers movie, and there's like a whole lot of other nightmares on top of that.
Yeah, that film is its own nightmarish parody.
I think they're sending in the big
Yeah, I'm
boy.
not sure why they thought it was a good idea to get the creators of Max Headroom to make that, but oh well.
It's almost like what Marvel are doing now, where they get people who don't normally do action movies or superhero movies to do superhero movies. Except they were completely clueless.
So Morbius?
No, I said clueless, not functionally brain dead.
True. I get those mixed up occasionally.
Yeah. No, to bring Morbius back to the cinemas again, we were busy that weekend.
Yeah. Like for real though, fuck that meme on the whole for just how incredibly forced the whole thing felt. But it kind of, but it barely redeemed itself when it tricked Sony and just proved that they're still run by stupid, out-of-touch execs who brought it back to theaters because they thought people wanted to watch it, and it bombed again.
The best thing about it was, just they thought, oh, people are talking about our movie. That means they like us. Whereas if they just had like one 14-year-old telling them, no, dude, no.
Yeah.
Could have saved themselves so much money.
It's like you would have thought that they would have gone tipped off by all the bullshit fake lines people were coming up with. Okay.
Like when people started talking about how child fans of the film were Morblins.
God.
Should have been a bit of a giveaway. But of course, it was that thing of Jared Leto reading the script to Morbius 2, It's Morbin time, and I was like, yep, this is officially dead and we shall never speak of it again.
Yep, especially with Jared Leto actually acknowledging it.
Yeah. Then again, just anything involving Jared Leto needs to get pushed into the lava.
Yeah. Going back to American Psycho, because we bring it up occasionally, only good thing with him being in there is that he exists to get killed.
Hey, Paul!
Range combat.
Yeah.
I can't have a table at Dorsia now, you fucking bastard.
but people still insist that he's alive because they had lunch with him 10 days ago.
Oh, Halberstrom, you do make good jokes.
If there's any description that I appreciate now about describing in a jokey way what the plot of American Psycho is, it's that the Green Goblin interrogates Batman over what happened to the Joker.
Yeah, that is just way too accurate.
Yeah. Yeah, boy, just no one in 2000 knew that, like, those two particular people would end up playing, like, the villain and the hero of, like, one of the most popular comic books ever.
And for a time, one of the most popular comic book movies of all time.
Yeah.
Well, two of them were in one of the most popular comic book movies of all time.
True.
Suicide Squad existed.
For sure. All right.
They gave us Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn, and that's almost enough to redeem it in my eyes.
Yeah, that does sound like pretty good casting. Alright. They sure are giving us a lot of these cavemen to feed.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for the dinosaur to start being propelled by rocket-powered boots.
Yeah, it's just waiting for, like, the actual boss to show up, because that's when, like, the real funny part of this whole scenario starts to come into play.
Yeah, I think I know what happens in this bit.
Yeah.
But it's been a long time, so I'm not too sure.
It's a little bit on the same level as the brass boiler, where it's like, it's a level of bodily harm that is both funny, but just thinking about it even a second makes you extremely uncomfortable.
Yeah, I recall more testicular horror.
Yeah, well...
But then again, that happens with everything in this game.
He's got a bigger boner than you.
Haha, squirrel got bigger dick than you.
If you're so bigger, you show him.
But of course they make you second guess, wait, what kind of bone are they talking about? Because he is obviously holding a big one. But then you're like, oh no, that is part of the joke. It's a punchline you can see coming miles away, but it still hits pretty well.
It's a double subversion, because on the one hand you think, dick joke. Oh no, wait, they're being a bit more subtle. No, wait, dick joke.
Yeah. Oh, they're being figurative. Oh, it's literal. Oh, it's both. Oh, shit.
I know you're not a vegetarian, but I think we should go for the meat and two veg. Looks like it needs a bit of tenderizing, though.
Ah.
What I mean.
Yeah, that one gave me a good laugh.
Yeah, and he nods as well. Like, geez, that hypnosis did a lot of work on this thing.
At a certain point, it stops being hypnosis and starts being actual brainwashing.
Yeah. So we gotta do the old King Hippo strat. And then eat away literal flesh and meat chunks out of his ass. That's the part I was talking about, where it's funny, but just thinking about it, it makes you kind of wince. Because it's like, oh god, that's a horrible thought.
Yeah, literally tearing mouth-sized chunks out of his butt.
Yeah. Just, oh god, this poor dude.
Especially the way the camera is, it looks less that he's grabbing onto the butt cheeks and going right up Main Street.
Yeah. Wow, wow, I've gotten very lucky with these cycles, because the idea is that you have to obviously get him during the moments when he's, like, winding up for an attack. But I've had moments where, like, it looks like he's winding up for an attack, but he still blocks it. Oh, and that's the reveal.
Ah, man, someone replaced his donk with pixels.
Big boner. My ass.
My secret. Tine winse blijven praten.
Can't live with everyone knowing that he's a needle
That
dick.
ends another incident in my day. Now.
God.
I think we should go up there and
Oh
pay
god,
those
it's actually got
dues.
me thinking of like something
Yeah, I'm pretty
like
determined to get some
that's
of
like
that.
porn related, but it's the This was like a gif that I remember like seeing. That was like a compilation of like a girl like pulling down a dude's pants to like see their dick, and I think it's like it was like Japanese or Asian girls specifically, and it was just the dichotomy of the horrified reaction of seeing just a monster cock, and then just laughing when they see like a tiny little flaccid like thin penis, and just back and forth of going, oh god, and oh haha, and it's just, oh wow, this is
No, go on.
yeah, this is definitely something. We gotta part ways with this dino, but unlike the baby, we don't have to kill it.
Yeah, I'll be honest, I was expecting him to play fetch with the lava.
Yeah,
Psychology. Oh, it works with these animals. Now,
you're an animal too.
babe time.
This is getting into some Goofy and Pluto levels of, like, uncomfortable implications, my friend.
And if you look really closely at the cave woman's model, you might notice that she has a face.
Yeah.
Game sure doesn't.
Hey.
Anyway,
Where are those big babes?
I'm gonna try and, like, not say anything about this that implicates me further in things I've already established about myself.
Paradise.
Oh, God, I'm so sorry.
Yep, not touching this one.
Ugh.
Gone. Oh, you're so cute, though.
Another character voiced by Louise O'Connor.
I love you.
No, love you more. No.
What? No. We can work
You
it out.
you still have a girlfriend, you know.
No, I'll be good. I'll be really good. I'll be this girl. The drink's out. Whatever you've heard about me, it's not true. It's totally exaggerated. No.
No, everything's true.
Fudgy here. You're not like goodbyes. But bye-bye. You go. You go.
Bye-bye, then.
I love you always.
Bye-bye.
What did the short alien say to the tall woman? Take me to your ladder. I'll see your leader later. Well played, Cell. Also, record scratch, because Conker is of a one-track mind. He goes, oh wait, money.
I think it was B-movie actress Julie Strain, infamous for being like 6'1" or something. Her autobiography was called 6'1" and Worth the Climb.
Sounds great. I love her already.
Very tall woman.
Yeah.
Fearsome.
Not as tall as that one, though.
No, she's about 18 miles.
Yeah.
Let's hope there's more where that came from.
I mean, like... Oh, fuck it. Look, I might as well get this out of the way while I can. I like my women like I like my giant robots. 4 meters tall at the minimum. Anyway, hey, we're back at like this familiar spot. We just looped all the way back around. We're done with the Uga Buga chapter. Finally, we're free.
See, I like my women the way I like my giant robots. Covered in ceramic plating with fusion cannons.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
And occasionally with a drill.
Yeah. Asymmetrical docking. Or I guess if you're a girl, it'd be symmetrical docking for real.
Squish.
Choryujin! Oh yeah, speaking of Braves, I am trying to push myself again to start watching more of Brave X Kaiser, and I finally found my solution after a while. Just convert these episodes to MP4 lower resolution and just watch them on the Wii through my through Homebrew channel, which means watching it on the CRT. It's like I'm back in the 90s for real.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's like being 12 all over again.
Yeah.
Oh, it's you, Mr. Squirrel. I'm so happy to see you again.
Oh, this is familiar.
Happy to see you. Hey, where's the hive gone?
That's just the point. They've stolen it again. And I don't know what to do.
Your hive has a built-in turret. Where the fuck were you when they took it?
Not in the turret, apparently.
Oh,
Really? And who would that be this time?
Yeah, this
I
is-
wonder?
This is like the most blatant reuse of like a gameplay concept that they go for, and like
Okay,
it's
okay.
and
But
it's
what's in it for me?
joke that's associated with it.
Yeah,
But they do a good job of making like the rehash justified, because Conker knows that he's being told to do the exact same shit, and I'm like, okay, it's gonna cost you
Yeah.
extra.
Other games, they reuse game mechanics and concepts all the time, but you never really notice it.
Yeah.
But because everything in this has been so unique, the one time they do actually do it, it's like, oh god, seriously.
Yeah.
Oh, well, okay, fair enough. Oh, hey, look, that looks quite nice over there. I think I'll go over here. Okay,
I'm gonna make these flowers grow. Zip.
That'll be $200. Hang on a sec, my math isn't that good. But I seem to think it was $400.
He still remembers the catfish.
Go on then.
Like, like the further this goes on, and understandably so, like, Conker becomes significantly more shrewd in ensuring that he is getting paid anything and the full promised amount for any more of these stupid fucking tasks.
Yeah, and make sure you get half up front.
Yeah, unfortunately not. It's
If
called
you're gonna do the mercenary thing, then play by the rules.
Yeah. It's called watering the weeds. Yeah, that's true. But again, I was just quoting Rick Hunter. Oh my God, Slender again with the puns. Still pushing it. How much more you're pushing it? Even we don't know. And frankly, we don't want to know. Time for wasp genocide.
10 seconds.
Okay, come on. Die, you stingy bastards. Okay. Oh yeah, also, because this is a turret section and it's by rare, of course continuing to hold down the turret for too long will cause it to overheat and stop for a brief while. There's no overheat meter, you just kind of have to feel it.
Yeah, just have to eyeball it, really.
Yeah, so just kind of best to, like, feather the button, if you can.
What game was it? There was a game that had turret section that would, like the guns would overheat unless you just tapped the button repeatedly, where it would fire just as fast as holding it down with absolutely no problems whatsoever.
I feel like that's a lot of games that have a turret section because so many of the developers are just not good at their jobs at programming.
I can't remember what it was, but yeah, there was a game that had something like that.
Because anytime they think it's a good idea to have an overheat mechanic associated with this, it ostensibly leads to people just finding ways to exploit it in what feels like the exact same manner. Oh my god, I cannot hit these fuckers. And there's so many of them. Oh, fuck. Fortunately, I think it's like, after a point... Oh, I see, there's a red dot. Oh, yeah, that's a sign that, like, they're coming in for the kill to try and hurt you.
So we're operating on Virtua Cop rules.
A little bit, yeah. Which is just... Yeah, Virtua Cop's good. No wonder they had it as, like, their core inspiration for GoldenEye.
Yeah, it's definitely not Dead Space I'm thinking of. Because the turret section in that, two of them I think, infamously terrible.
Yeah.
Really, especially on the PC, because there was some kind of problem where, like the reticle for firing was right in the middle of the target.
Yeah.
But the bullets would fire like ever so slightly to the left or the right, so it was off center, which made it really difficult.
we kind of missed it, but I appreciated the dialogue from the Watts in that it is, like, almost like all the same lines as before, but they just add again. Someone's trying to steal our nice hive. Again. Let's get him. Again.
Again.
And again. Gonna go down this same hill and take the exact same path. Again. Now, obviously, we better be getting our $400 out of this. All right. Let's... There we go.
Deja vu all over again, but bigger.
Machine gun and rockets. Like, at this point, why doesn't the Hive just have, like, a tactical nuke and you just launch it at the motherfuckers?
Suckers.
And there you go. Another alternative to swears. Buzzsucker. Butt's bigger. Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Squirrel. Once again, I would like to thank you for your good service and noble contribution to the bee community.
Yeah. Money.
Begrudgingly.
Yep, she knows.
Please.
Begrudgingly.
Money me. Money needing a lot now.
Here we go.
Who wants some of us those?
Just all in sync.
Yeah, more fun to it.
We are Legion, for we are monies.
I hope that's the last thing that happens to us. What could possibly go wrong now? Here's to a wonderful year.
The wonderful year of 2001.
It's a Harvey Bergman joke in there somewhere.
So, Dr. Light, are you, like, from Florida or something? Nah, we're from the future. The magnificent far-off future of 2000X.
Meanwhile, in 2022.
Yeah. Yeah, just that redraw of that scene, but with Mega Man and Phoenix Wright characters. It's like, god damn it, I wish there was just, like, a Phoenix Wright game that literally was just leaning more into the Harvey Birdman style antics, but it's Phoenix having to, like, be a defense attorney for other Capcom characters. Because, like, that Harvey Birdman game was great, absolutely. But I would love to see that
100%.
concept again, but just with Phoenix Wright defending the Capcom characters.
I'm genuinely surprised that we haven't seen, well, really any parody games in the style of Phoenix Wright.
Yeah. Just want to...
Really,
yeah.
the only ones we've had are Harvey Birdman. Yep.
Oh, yeah, just want to quickly highlight. I opened this a while ago because this had a hook for the tails. This is important why this is hidden. That's a whole 10 lives in one tail. Greg the Grim Reaper is having a shit fit looking at this. It's like...
great. Tiny little booger's gonna make things harder for me again.
Supposed to be one life for one tail, you little prick. And we're gonna need those extra 10 lives, I should preface.
Yeah.
Because, actually, we're coming up on, like, I think we're about 2 hours, 15 minutes in already. But I think we could at least show off just a little bit of what's to come.
Yeah.
Because this is getting into the final third of the game, and it's where the game decides it has had enough of our shit just giving you all these fun comedy sections for, like, relatively little effort. The fuck-ups in Uga Buga notwithstanding. You make Greg sound Irish? I mean, like, it's hard to, like, naturally do that high-pitched voice because it's clearly, like, voice modulation, you know?
Yeah.
Right now, we gotta get up to the top of this hill with the windmills, while avoiding these earthworms, which are a right bastard to deal with.
Yeah, you thought Spiral Mountain was a pain in the ass.
This is clearly to take the piss out of Spiral Mountain. They still, the people making this, they clearly did not like the Banjo-Kazooie team. In a fun, competitive way, but deep down, they know they just hate their fucking guts.
Yeah. As I said, when you've been basically putting out the same game for about 8 years straight, you just start hating your job.
Yeah. Especially when they steal the thunder from you doing that exact same thing.
Now what?
Wanna go for a
Oh yeah, we could have actually gone to see this barrel earlier, and he would be like, wanna go for a ride? It'll cost you. How much? A lot. He doesn't specify, but it's its way of telling you, like, you can't do anything with this until way later, which coincides with after you complete Uga Buga. Oh, fuck. Fuck.
Oh dear. Okay, the way it just cut out dead there.
That was pretty good, I'm not gonna lie. Oh, fuck. God damn it.
Yeah.
Their goddamn hitbox for grabbing you is so bad. I basically need to stop right before when they pop up, and then just fucking high jump over it.
Yeah, they are not fucking around.
And it's like, there is a way, like, you can technically hit them with the frying pan, but it is so close as to, like, get caught in their hitbox at the same time, which makes it not worth it whatsoever.
Just puts you into danger.
Yeah, so we need to do it this way. Right, yeah, because fuck, it's like, yeah. Like, it's basically tank controls when you get on this. You have to press left and right on the stick, no matter, regardless of the camera orientation. That's the part that fucked me up. I
remember
yeah.
Borderlands did that with the driving sections, and that took me forever to get used to.
Ugh. Oh fuck, I'm gonna sleep that off.
Nappy time, okay?
No.
Well, it's been out for some time.
Never, ever bring that evil upon me in this stream. Fuck you.
See, I've actually been playing that with the sound off, and when you don't have to listen to the dialogue, it is such a good game. Well, I say such a good game, I mean better.
Yeah, well, that makes enough sense. I mean, that's even with that's even with the Japanese voice option. Even that you don't want to listen to.
Oh, the Japanese voice option, like, it's shriller, but worse, because you can't understand what they're saying.
Ugh. Except for the subtitles, then you understand, and it's even worse.
Yeah, then you understand, and you just kind of want to stab your brains out. Just play that game and read anything to do with the script, and instantly regret being born with eyes.
Man, how the fuck is it that Tri-Ace consistently seems to be on the better end of RPG system designs, yet is so fucking trash at stories? So many, like, the games that have the good stories from them are the exception instead of the rule.
I mean, there's Valkyrie Profile.
Yeah. There's Resonance of Fate.
Yeah, Resonance of Fate. I always forget that that's it's a Tri-Ace game.
Yeah.
But it has really obscure mechanics, so of course it has to be a Tri-Ace game.
Yeah, and it's obscure mechanics in a way that I absolutely love.
And that's about it.
Oh, I see that familiar fellow over there.
I don't bloody believe it. They've got fish versions of the little bastards now. Come here. I'll show them. Oh, what's the little again? I got your number, mate.
Yeah, I guess original Star Ocean for the SNES was fine enough.
Yes.
I mean, I know people have the most fondness for like anything before 3. That's where it went off. That's where it went bad.
The way I always describe it is that Star Ocean is a series consisting of one great game and 1 or 2 okay ones, and all the rest are garbage.
Yeah.
Good luck getting anyone to agree on what the good game is, though.
Yeah.
Or even the mediocre ones.
Like, I feel like the most common one you could come across for what counts as the good one is Star Ocean 2. And even then, I feel you might have to, like, put some caveats on that as far as which version of 2, because it got, like, a PSP port or something, right?
Yep, the first one and the second one got PSP ports.
Yeah.
I think it's like First Journey and Second Departure or something.
Yeah, so you basically got what would have been considered the good games, but now with the stink of modern Tri-Ace.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, the original Star Ocean 2 is massively janky to begin with anyway.
Yeah,
Like,
that's true.
I have a hard time saying it's a good game. It has some good mechanics, but a lot of it is just flaming garbage.
Rich ancestors of yours. Bloody undead.
Oh, well, we now know what Greg hates more than squirrels and cats and catfish, anything to do with cats. It's literally the undead.
Fair. They kind of make a mockery of his job.
Yeah, it's like, you fuckers, like, died. You technically died. You should be following the rules, but you're literally breaking them. I can't take you to hell. My superiors up in heaven, Yahweh and all his cronies, are giving me shit for it. I fucking hate this. Fucking Manny.
You're just making me.
Manny
You're making me look
has a
like I
better
don't know how
time
to do my
than
job.
Manny has a better time than me, and he gives fucking walking sticks to people on the Day of the Dead.
Well, if he's undead, then technically...
Yeah, we swerved that into a Grim Fandango reference. I'm a cultured motherfucker.
I mean, how bad can a handful of dead people be? They're dead. Well, undead. Now, let's see. Shotgun.
The rare times that someone has brought up the hydrate, channel point redeem. That's true. I'll take a quick swig before we wrap things up. Yeah, that's good. Yes. Oh, look at that. He did whip out the dirty mag. Can't really make out what's on there, but
yeah, it looked vaguely like Sora from Kingdom Hearts.
It looked almost like Hercules, like Disney Hercules.
Yeah. Which, you know, if he's into Greek muscle-bound hunks, then fair play.
Yeah. True. Alright. So, we now have a gun. And when we have the gun out, instead of rotating the camera left and right with the left and right C buttons, we strafe.
Oh, cool.
This is where the game starts to kind of strain itself in terms of playability. And it's why I can understand if there are some people out there that like Live and Reloaded more, because it does more justice to the things that we're going to be engaging with for the rest of the game. Yeah, we're proto Resident Evil 4, I should add. Because look at what I do and tell me that this isn't just RE4.
Just all of a sudden they're like, oh yeah, we're just going to completely change the game now.
Yeah. Laser sights. And unfortunately, it can only be headshots if we want to put these squirrels down for good.
Yeah. Okay, that reloading noise I have heard so many places, but I can't remember where.
Yeah, it's very stock sound effect.
Yeah.
Anyway, an important thing to do, like as a way to like get around the trap that comes from this section of trying to shoot these squirrels, because if they get close, they fuck you up real bad. Put the gun away when there is nothing that you immediately need to shoot. And when you hear the squirrels, run away so there's enough distance, you know, like Resident Evil rules and all that, and just gun these motherfuckers down. And this is still better than the war. Like, think about that for a moment. Like, if this sounds like a nightmare to play through, if this is your first time through, oh boy, you have no idea how much more maddening it gets.
The laser sight making a sound as well, I'm fairly certain is likely a reference to the original Terminator.
Yeah, kinda. And yeah, and also with the reload animation sounding like, yeah, it's shared one-to-one with the shotgun reload in Doom, absolutely. But it makes sense, because Doom was a whole lot of stock audio clips, you know?
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
the door opening, for one thing.
The imps straight up make fucking camel noises.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Yeah, this is the best way to go about it, like I said. Proc them, and then run away, get into a good corner position, and then just gun them down. I want to say, like, yeah, that's right, in Live and Reloaded, it's not even a shotgun you get, it's a crossbow. Because another thing that gets changed in that version is that they give Conker, like, a special outfit that is very clear that they wanted to add one extra movie reference, and Van Helsing, I believe, came out in theaters about a year before.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Because we're dealing with
The
the
cinematic
undead.
triumph that everyone loved, Van Helsing.
Ugh. Though can't be as bad as League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. And we're talking about,
I mean,
like,
it was trying.
massive fucking... massive goddamn, I have no idea how he hit that. That animation did not sync up properly, but whatever. We killed enough undead squirrels that we can just proceed to the gate. Greg can release us from this hell.
Ah, not bad, I suppose. That's another 12 souls. Right, come on, in you go. And I think you'll find that you're the one who'll be needing a will. Inheritance.
We'll get inside, or, actually, no, this should count as a checkpoint, I think. Because we're up on 2.5 hours, and I know you need to get some rest for, like, for some big things tomorrow.
Yep. I've got a hospital appointment tomorrow.
Oh, boy.
It's gonna be fun.
So, yeah, there we are. 4.5 hours in, which, it's weird how it ends up. It should technically be 5, but I guess because we, yeah, that's right, because we had to reload the checkpoint in Rock Solid,
Yep.
because I guess we really did waste a whole half hour on that, making no progress. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it really felt like I thought it was about half an hour, and yeah, it felt like it.
Yeah, so yeah, 4.5 hours, even though it was technically 5. We're still on track. I'm pretty sure the remainder of Spooky, followed by War, and then the last chapter after that will be doable enough in 2.5 hours. And if not, then 3 hours. And if not, then fuck.
Well, if not, then we're gonna be pulling double time.
True. For real, though, it would be nice if it were to be all done by the end of next stream, just because it's like, I always hate that feeling of I have to save the ending, like, hour or less than an hour of a game for the start of another stream. Because then I feel like, well, fuck, how do I fill for time?
Yeah, there's always that thing of like, okay, average stream's about 2.5, 3 hours.
Yeah.
But you've got 4 hours worth of gameplay, so you either have one regular one and one half-length one.
Yeah.
Or one long one.
It's what I like to call the breakdown problem. Because, boy, that fucking happened to me hard with Breakdown on the original Xbox.
I mean, Breakdown's just a weird game to begin with.
Yeah, but I'm specifically referring to, like, that one late-game combat section that is just so bad that I had to, like, grind it out off stream. So when I loaded it up, I was like, yeah, I got this out of the way. Fuck you. I'm not doing this again. And then there was literally an entire 1 hour of game left. And I was so bitter that I was like, I just continued to bitch about it while I loaded up Outrun 2 and just played that for the rest of the stream. Just to cool myself off.
See, I'm just picturing this gonna being like the outtakes from Evangelion.
it just like my voice just cracks like Spike Spencer and go, where the fuck am I?
Ran out of budget for the bus too, didn't you bastards?
Okay, I mustn't run away. Right, but let's analyze that. Where the fuck would I go? Oh dear. Well,
just the best bit of the entire series is that 5 minutes of him going, what the fuck just happened?
True. Alright. Omedeto. Clap. Alright, we're done. Tune in next Wednesday. We'll finish up the last third of Conker's Bad Third Day. Hopefully, I am praying that I do not get a horrible string of bad luck trying to get through the war, especially because I did a practice playthrough of this weeks ago, so I should be extra familiar with it. In the meantime, hopefully I will also finish up Mario Galaxy 2 or get very close to it in the time between now and then. And then I'll figure out what the fuck I'll play after both of these games, because, yeah, I've definitely wanted to, like, find time to, like, move away from N64 and Wii and, like, give some of my other consoles a bit of love, you know?
Always good to mix things up.
Absolutely. But, thanks again for joining me on this. So,
Always a pleasure.
it was a riot, both with, just our little tangents as well as, what the game has to give us for material. So everyone else, though, you all have a good day or night, wherever you are. Take care.
Later.
Peace.